Hey everybody, it's Michael from ReplicaAirguns.com, and I classify this video as an informational video. Not a day goes by that I don't get asked multiple times about whether or not, and it's usually people ask me about a BB gun. So what I'm talking about is these little BBs here. Hopefully you can see that. There you go. There you go. Okay. Little metal BBs. They're 4.5 millimeter. I'm doing a BB gun review. Uses this ammo, and people ask me, can I put a 6mm Airsoft BB in the gun? You know, it might seem obvious looking at these two BBs that one is bigger than the other, and one is called a 4.5mm BB and one is called a 6mm BB, but some people maybe don't associate the larger number with it being a larger BB. So I want to put this to rest once and for all. I want to have a video in place that I can just link to those questions so people can see it for themselves and see the explanation and get all the info that they need, and so that they don't have to worry about this anymore. So anyways, you can see they're obviously different, right? We have a plastic BB here. Now, Airsoft BBs, you can get them in aluminum ones, right? So there's an aluminum Airsoft BB. It's metal as well, I guess you'd say, but it's still 6mm. And Airsoft BBs typically will come in anywhere from 0.16 gram up to 0.35, even heavier. Aluminum BBs are typically around 0.30 gram, and then lead BBs are 5.1 grain typically, which works out to about 0.33 grams. So they're on the heavier side when it comes to ammunition, and that is kind of another point I want to make. The whole reason that steel BBs are heavier is because they're made to penetrate objects, stick into things. They're made to have a higher density to weigh more for their size. They're not made to shoot at people because they're small and heavy. They will penetrate objects better. Airsoft BBs are light, right, and large, so they're going to not penetrate objects as much, especially skin, right? And this is a softer material that'll break if it hits something hard. BBs will not break, they'll just bounce back. Airsoft BBs will typically break and not bounce back if they hit something hard, right? So that's a benefit in some situations. All right, so getting back to my point, a lot of people say, well, can I put an Airsoft BB in a 4.5mm BB gun? And I typically just say no, and then I'll see other people commenting saying you can buy 4.5mm Airsoft BBs. The problem there is they're typically going to be pretty light, and if they are light, they're going to wing around through the air because they're small and light. Too light, in fact, to really be usable for anything. And if they make them heavier, then they're going to be small, dense, and heavy for their size, which means, of course, it's going to penetrate objects better. Of course, if it's plastic, it'll break when it hits something hard, but if it hits something like skin, it's going to penetrate irregardless of whether it's plastic or metal because it's dense, right, and moving fast. All right, so I wanted to show you that we have two guns here, right? So this is a 1.7, get this to focus, camera not cooperating. There we go. 0.177 caliber in 4.5mm, and then we have a caliber 6mm. Okay, so one's an Airsoft, one is not. One's a BB, steel BB. Let's take a look at the mags, and you'll see here that there's quite a difference in the openings, right? You can see that one has a larger opening for the 4.5mm BB, one has a smaller opening for the 4.5 and larger for the 6mm. So if you put these 4.5mm in here, they just fall out once the feeder here, the follower, pushes the BB up. It's not even gonna, watch, it's just gonna fall out, okay? So that's not cool. That's not gonna work, right? Just lost my BBs. And, right, so take a look at this side. You can see here, right? You can see one is definitely got a larger opening. And the same is true with the barrels, okay? So hopefully we can see this. You can see the 6mm barrel is bigger than the 4.5mm barrel. See the difference, right? So if you put a 6mm BB in here, you just can't. You can't get it in the magazine. You can't get it in the barrel, right? So here's the magazine. Oh, come on back. You can see the BB doesn't even fit in the magazine, so that's impossible. And if you try to bypass the magazine and put it in the barrel, It's not even going to go down. Wrong one. It's not even going to go down. See, it's not going down the barrel. It's just the wrong size, right? See that there? It's not going down the barrel. Right? If I do it the other way around, there it goes. Went down the barrel. Fed in there. Let's see. Let you see that. See? It disappeared. BB's gone. Right down at the bottom there. Right? So obviously you have to have the right size. Okay? So hopefully you understand that. There are obviously guns that come, the same gun, so they're made in the same style. They're both CO2. They're pretty much mechanically entirely the same. The only difference, again, is the size of the barrels and the size of the magazines that allow what size BBs go in them, right? So this is very common. Lots of guns are available in both versions. You have to use Airsoft BBs in Airsoft BB guns. You have to use steel BBs in steel BB guns, the 4.5 millimeter steel BB guns. And typically when I make a video, this might help you out as well. If I say it's a BB gun, then it's going to be 4.5 millimeter steel BB. If I say it's an airsoft gun, then it's going to be 6 millimeter airsoft. Okay, so that'll help you understand which gun we're talking about in my videos. Again, when I say BB, I'm talking about the 4.5 millimeter steel BB, 6 millimeter airsoft. I just refer to those guns as airsoft guns. All right, thanks for watching another Replica Airguns video. Don't forget to subscribe. Check me out on Facebook and Twitter. Username is Replica Airguns. Also, come on down to replicaAirguns.com where I have articles, post reviews, and of course, our online Canada and US stores where I sell these guns, airsoft guns, BB guns, pellet guns, blank guns, knives, and other accessories. Until next time, take care.